Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thanks us for.
All right, we're back. All right. Everybody's alive and accounted for.
Yep, we're here.
Right?
Yep. Bailey.
We have a very special guest today. A long time in the making.
Yeah.
Now, when we say this name, and if you're from Boston, you got to understand that it's not the old geezer version of this person, Gerry Callaghan. It's the young, swinging dick Irish race car driver, Gerry Callaghan, right? But I have to say this. We were just asking you, like, Fitz was asking you what you go by.
Yeah.
And you were kind of saying, whatever, as long as it's not asshole or dickhead, I'm fine. Yeah. I would say, I just think it's funny that it's the same name as the guy who wrote for the Herald and Kirk and Callahan and stuff.
So my father's name is Jared as well, so that's old Jerry.
Old Jerry.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm junior.
Yeah, you're junior?
Junior.
Okay, all right.
And you're Jerry with the G.
We're both with G's.
No,
Yeah.
no shit.
Yeah.
But you don't become a junior and just change it fucking the
Yeah,
left
with a
spelling.
G, not a J.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to have you here. We're going to get to everything here. We've known you for a while. You are the only sponsored athlete, fully cash sponsored athlete. I'll count Panuzzo as a product sponsored athlete. I give him a sweatshirt, although he is also technically he's part of the Patreon stuff.
Yeah.
But he's going to be here. We'll talk about that. But okay, so real quick, let's talk about a little bit about the start with the golf tournament.
Yep.
Unbelievable time.
Let's say Happy Memorial Day first.
Happy Memorial
Oh,
Day.
yeah.
Thank you for
To the fallen.
all the people that have given all.
Yep, exactly. Way to bring down the room. No,
Well,
I'm just
it
fucking
actually,
around.
it
I'm
actually
just
is
kidding around.
Memorial Day, too.
Yeah.
We usually
Today
do
is
that.
actually
Today
work.
is the actual day.
Yeah, and we're doing a little bit earlier than usual, so we decided to do 5 o'clock, which is good. So, Friday morning, got up there super early for the golf tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We were all three of us were up there, just getting stuff laid out like kids on Christmas, like unbelievable. It was the one thing that's hard about those events for me is that there's so many people there that you want to spend time talking to.
Agreed.
And then all of a sudden you get home and the next day comes and you're like, fuck, I didn't get I got to say a quick hello to the Monahan group.
Yep.
But I didn't get to really talk to them. You know what I mean? And I wanted to. So it's like it's like a wedding in that way where it's like you're like, oh, I didn't get all the time you want with everybody there. You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
a whirlwind, then it's over.
Yep, exactly. Great time. I still haven't done the final digits on what we raised. We learned a lot from this year, I think, though. First of all, we're going to request that we're going to figure it out earlier because one of the things that got screwed up was Mulligan's wasn't as apparent. My daughter was selling those, and so it wasn't. Not everybody kind of figured that out. It moved so the line moved a little slow, checking people in. People got to get there a little bit earlier. Is the bottom line because it was
I
a
feel
little
like
bit
everyone got there at the same exact time. And
it
was
7:46.
Yeah, it was. It was a little late.
But great time. Unbelievable cast of characters, obviously. Food was great. Course was awesome. Now, apparently, 2 axles were broken during the making of this film on golf carts.
Uh-oh.
Good news is, as he said to me, it's why you have the insurance, right? Now, I know it wasn't Gerry because Jerry's not going to be... Jerry knows how to drive.
no.
All right? We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
No breaking axles for this
I
kid.
didn't even drive the golf cart the entire time. Put it that way.
Now,
And
the funny thing is...
there's no pit crew at the fucking golf
No,
tournament.
well, exactly, yeah.
So you got you're on your own.
We when we were in high school, my buddies we used to work up there, and not going to use any names, but one might be an iron worker, and we would go. That's where our drinking spot was, and then they would pull. They were the old gas carts, so they would pull them up, jam a rock between that and the governor to pull the governor, so they would go 35 miles an hour. I don't know how nobody died. It was just they were. Next time Josh's on, he can tell you all about that.
We actually, at least me and Jerry know. You might know him too. I doubt you though. We could probably talk about it on the Patreon. I know a person that may or may not have taken a golf cart from Mount Hood and just started cruising up and down Broadway in Malden and Saugus, right near Lowe's and all that. Yep.
Well, when you're the closest course to Boston, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, stuff like that will happen.
Yeah, so unbelievable time. People were very generous. I got a couple checks from people that were just like, let me just donate. My dad's friend, Danny O'Neill, absolute Melrose legend.
He golfed with him, correct?
Yep, he golfed with him.
Great
He's
crew,
one of the
right in
best
front of me.
dudes of all time. Yeah, Sam Jones, you met him. Great dude. So, anyways, and the guys from Woburn, Richie Queen and his crew won. Randy Parker Jr., and I don't have the gentleman's name that they played with right offhand. I think it's Larry, maybe. And then my sister's group won the women's. Cammy Ahern, Kim Taylor,
What was their final score?
Sarah Desmond. They were like 5 over, I think, and Ann Connors. So it was just you know what? Here's the thing I'm going to argue for, and a little open discourse, I'd like to say. Now, here's the thing. We could have like a lot of, what's it called? Raffles, right? And like that's going to raise more money. So I get that. But I feel like we got to be a more creative way to do that because I didn't mind not having to sit there for an hour while tracking down raffle numbers and shit. You know what I mean?
Calling out
Like,
tickets for 45
yeah, maybe
minutes
it's just
an
like
hour.
we do something similar to what we did, or a couple door prizes, or maybe a huge raffle where it's like fucking set of clubs or something like that, like or fitting or something like that, where it's like one big thing, get everybody involved, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like or a few big items, you know, like a set of cornhole boards, set of a driver, that type of thing. Because I got to be honest, like it was nice once I called out a bunch of the misguided spirits. By the way, shout out to James,
The man.
giving us fucking endless amounts of booze. You can see if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it here. He was great. So unbelievable time, raised a bunch of money. I turned into Jerry and I were talking before you guys get here. He's like, "Why did you make it to the IA?" And I'm like, I came home. Like that was actually cool because it started to simmer down. And we were just hanging on that deck, and I was like, just chatting up people, talking, hanging, having a great time. I was definitely very cocked. Goes without, you know, that's like fucking ABC shit. Got home. I'm like, we go to the IA. I sat down on the couch, started watching I Think You Should Leave with my daughter. And I just, like 48 minutes later, I like came to. So, but it was just a long day. You know what I mean?
Very long day. But the weather couldn't have been
It wasn't too hot. It was perfect.
perfect.
Yeah,
And
perfect.
the night before, it was downpouring.
Yeah. that's
So
right.
I just assumed that we were just going to get fucked. And it ended up drying up and being fine.
Yeah.
We dodged a couple bullets. There was a 90-degree day 2 days beforehand,
Right.
and then that thunderstorm right before.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So it was, we had a great day.
The rain would have suited us good.
Right.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, exactly. I did come in and I was like, I hadn't put a stitch of Irish mayonnaise on, as they say, sunscreen. And
Something I'll never say.
you've never heard that?
No.
I've never heard that.
You never heard sunscreen called Irish mayonnaise?
And I'll never ever wear sunscreen again.
Danny's off sunscreen now.
That's a Tom Ahern classic. Go with the Irish mayonnaise.
I do have, I got something to say, but I'll wait till later.
Uh,
I do have one formal apology, though.
okay.
My brother-in-law, Jovan,
What?
I never asked him to play.
That is.
Oh, no.
So he saw me yesterday, and he was like, I cook for you. I hug you. He goes, and I heard you were the first loser. He goes, I could have been that piece.
Oh, my
to put you-
God.
yeah, dude. And I'll tell you what, all we do is talk about golf every time I see him. Didn't
He's
even,
also one of the best hangs. We talked about this last year. I played a cornhole tournament with him.
Yeah.
One of the best hangs of all time.
yeah, he's just the greatest human on earth. And like talking about dropping the ball big time.
Yeah.
That was me.
What, you came in second?
I believe so, yeah. We were 12 under, and I think 13-1.
Yep. Yeah, but I think it was 13 that they came in with, or it was 14. I can't remember. The winner was.
Because we were ahead for a while, and then Queen came in.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, we're out.
Yeah, Richie wins. Anything with hand-eye coordination, Richie's a winner.
Yeah.
In general, yeah. Yeah.
And I will say, like, my foursome was awesome the entire time. I'm the morale guy. We talked about that. Luke came up from Florida, just played, went home that night. He had a very long day, too.
Yeah.
And he still played fantastic. Stevie, obviously nasty, and same with John. Everyone played their part. It was a grand old time, dude. I really have zero complaints about the day.
Yeah, I've said this story before. So Rich Green won it. Like when I started playing cornhole, like going out, like it's like I need something to do, and I was like getting pretty good. And I saw him play, and he was nasty, and I'm like, I'm gonna make this guy one of my friends. Like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, he was like, seemed like the coolest guy. I'm like, I'm gonna make him one of my good friends, and that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Paul Thomas Anderson, the filmmaker, said that about John C. Reilly. He's like, I saw him in this movie, and I'm like, I'm gonna make John C. Reilly be my best friend and put him in every movie that he's in. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, but it was an amazing time. We raised a bunch of money, obviously, and it was the first year doing it. So to everybody who helped, Bridget, your cousin, she's the best.
And like, you know what I got to say about Bridget, right? So she was one of the first people there in the morning with us, and she was like, "Where do you need me? What do you got?" And I'm like, kind of just over there, and because I really didn't know like what her role was.
Yeah, she helped out with the girls.
And she
big
helped out
time.
with the girls and the T-shirts and the registration and whatnot. And then she was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Why?
Yeah.
Just be with us."
I got a pretty good little story. Yeah, I know. I told her to stay. I'm like, whatever.
I know, but she honestly, no one has more on her
Yeah.
plate than her, and I get it. That's what I mean. Like she just goes out of her way to help people, and that's why she's the best.
So my daughter and her friend Lila helped out in the morning, and I was like, "Hey, I'll give you $40 each, like just to help check people in and like make sure it goes smoothly, get T-shirts for everybody." And so did that. And then I told Tommy, I'm like, "Hey, same deal. You and your buddy, I want you to load out the truck. Just come up at 5 o'clock. Done." So he calls me. We'd already loaded out the truck. It just was faster than we thought it was going to be. And he's like, "Drop." And I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "What time do you need me?" I'm like, "I don't need you." He's like, "Well, I need the money."
Where's my 40?
And I'm like, "All right." I'm like,
already hired.
I go, "I'll cut you a deal." Tessa has my wallet. I'm like, "Go to the house. She'll give you $20 each just for the commitment." But anyways, thanks to everybody who helped. It was awesome. Everybody it was just an amazing time, and couldn't get it done without everybody there. Just similar to the Halloween party.
Yep.
T-shirts, huge hit, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I got
everyone loved it.
I got a story about the T-shirt after this for Patreon. I just can't quite publicly say it. You'll understand why afterwards. But it's about somebody with a 10-cent head, and it's not anybody that we know. So the T-shirts were amazing. Joe, Ben Franklin, Print Company, fucking great. We'll get into them later. They did all the koozies. They did everything. I've said this before. This week is fucking brutal for me. I just want to say that, like, because I know people are gonna reach out because I got to get out a bunch. We bought extra T-shirts so that we could get them out. Like Mohan wants one. There's a bunch of people. If we've already reached out, we know it. I will reach out. It's likely going to be the week after this one because I'm going to Vermont with my friends are coming into town. Like it's just not going to have the time. But we do have extra T-shirts and we have extra koozies too. So if you want a koozie, reach out. We can make that happen.
My cousin Frank described the T-shirts as buttery.
Ooh.
Buttery T-shirts. He's like, he comes up to me, he goes, "Feel this." I was like, I have one.
Yeah.
And he goes, "No, feel this." It's like, it's buttery.
Yeah.
I was like, it is buttery.
Yeah.
It is very buttery.
Look at see, Jerry's got it underneath.
I was
love
gonna
it.
rub his belly.
I love it. Yeah, so whatever. We want to thank everybody who helped out with that. We want to thank everybody who supported and did, donated for a sign. We had everybody there, who donated and Airmart and Twisted Fate.
I was with Andrew Hubbard this weekend.
Oh, nice.
My brother's nephew who has cystic fibrosis.
Yep.
Great kid. Little fucking savage. Running around, no shoes on, with
Yeah.
a fucking fillet knife. He's 9. I'm like, "Dude, put that away." He's like, "Why? My dad lets me use it." I'm like, "All right, get away from my kids."
Yeah, I gotta say this before because we talked about it a little bit. Like we tried to make those. Somebody was like, I was like, the way I like to do the speeches is like 5 minutes, get in, get out, tell them why you're here, don't take up too much of their time. And he's like, somebody goes 5 minutes. I'm like, you were over under was 46 seconds on what you did.
Oh, we were quick.
Which I like that. Like,
Yeah.
get to the point.
Yep.
CF, Cystic Fibrosis, my niece has it. When I first heard about it, my girl I was friends with had her college roommate had it. She's like, yeah, she'll be dead by the time she's 30.
Yeah, it's
And I was
crazy.
like, how is that even a thing I've never heard of?
I know, yeah.
And that girl did pass away, unfortunately, when she was like in her young 30s.
They've
Now they've made so many strides since
Yeah.
that time
Yep.
that the life expectancy's gone way up. Like my niece is doing awesome. She's pitching for the varsity softball team as a freshman.
Let's go.
She crushes it. Actually, she's a sophomore. Sorry, but she's crushing it. And it's just that requires. It's one of those ones. It's not big enough problem to get a ton of. They're not going to make enough money off it.
Yeah, but they need funding.
But they need funding.
So doing stuff like this is awesome because
yeah.
literally 20 to 30 years ago, it was under 30.
All right.
People would die under 30.
Dude, it's such a small thing, small network of people that the woman when I reached out to her would be like, "I'm just telling you we're doing it, and then I'll have a check for you." The lady that works at CF, she's like, "I know your niece." Like she was like,
yeah, nice.
they know everybody because it's it's a tight thing. So, anyways,
That's actually awesome. It's like personal at that point
yeah, exactly.
with her. You know what I mean?
Take it personal, gangstar. So that's it. So we just want to say thank you
Guru.
so much for that, Guru. Yeah. Rest of the weekend was a gong show. You can just expect that. I'll just give you mine in 2 seconds. Went to my sister's for a little barbecue on Saturday night. I was so tired for the golf. I like had like a little buzz, saw my dad, and then I looked at him and I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going to bed. And then yesterday I did like 7 hours yard work because I'm going away next weekend. Then I got graduation by my daughter, and my buddy Higgy came over. Chad Higgins, great corker, and Kev Marr came by, and we just like sat here and ended up just watching like Michael Jordan highlights and like George Brett videos, like just like he was like anyway. So great low key weekend for me.
Kev walks up to me, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's a grump. He's fine." This kid smiles ear to ear.
Oh,
When
100%.
he walks up to me and he's so happy. He wants to talk to me, and I'm like, "Kev, what's going on?" And we shoot the shit. He's fucking great.
Yeah, he's not.
I love
it's
him.
all a joke. I mean, it's like his shtick is
Yeah,
that he's a
yeah,
grump.
But he's fucking,
Yeah.
he's awesome.
Yeah.
I think he has no time for idiots.
Anyone.
You know what I mean? He's got
Dude,
zero time for idiots.
You just hit it nail on the head.
Right? So like he sees us and he's like pumped because he knows we're not fucking morons. But if there's an idiot around, he's grumpy.
As my mother would say,
Suffers
suffers
no
no
fools.
fools. Yeah. It was, and it was great. By the way, I have to say that too. I had amazing support from your crew, everybody's, all the guys. My sister goes to me. My daughter. So she was checking everybody in. She goes, "Who the hell are all the Irish guys?" Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, it's like Jerry and Keith and all these guys, great guys." She goes, "They're all hilarious." She's like, I go, "Hey, don't fall into that trap as you get older. These guys can read the phone book and get you into bed."
Listen,
you
it's
know?
just a fucking accent. Relax test.
How about Al with the
Scotty Scheffler? Unbelievable.
So,
Yeah.
for those who didn't see the picture, because I did post it, Kid Al Tumulty came in with a high-vis golf shirt, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna write it myself," and he just wrote Scheffler like it was an inmate shirt. 02148, fucking shout out to Malden, it's great. And he's like, fucking Keith never came in, so now I'm just the only idiot out here.
Well-
and it was a hit.
He was surpassed shortly thereafter by
Like
my
thir-
two friends
like
showing up in Dumb and Dumber, full
30 seconds later.
Yeah.
full head to toe Dumb and Dumber.
I don't know how they done that in that heat.
I know.
Well, they were
I
off by the
couldn't.
second hole, so they had shorts and shit underneath.
There you go.
But yeah, what an amazing day! What awesome! We'll do it again next year, obviously.
Yeah.
Sean, last thing, big huge shout out to Sean B
Doesn't happen
from
without
the
him.
IA because he was like, and there were certain things I felt bad about in retrospect, but A, by the time the golf tournament was over, I was drunk. B, it's all going so fast that like you don't have time to process everything. Sean should have been standing up with us for the speech.
Oh, absolutely,
I
yeah.
did say like, where is he, and pointed him out. But he should have been up there because he was critical part of that whole tournament getting done. And then I had Billy Nolan, who's my neighbor, who ran that tournament for 20 years. Basically, we've kind of taken that over. He was up there with us, and it should have been the other guys that live in the neighborhood that helped out with it too. So, but anyways, all those guys that's Rob Cunningham, Rob Jelly, and Billy Nolan. So those are the guys that I did that tournament with. So it was all awesome, dude, and it was great to see. Like he was pumped. Billy was like, "Dude, thank you for taking this thing over." He's like, because he's like, it just became too much. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's a lot, dude. You know, of
course.
Like I used to just be the guy who held out the tournament. I just put asses in the hall. Like,
That's it.
and now now we're all doing all the parts of it. So, anyways, that's the deal there. I think the next event on the horizon is.
Well, yours is next weekend. Watching you perform. If
Oh
people
yeah.
know.
So on that Fergfest is next Sunday, right? Ferg said he's got 10 tickets for us.
Yep.
Some of them are accounted for.
I think
but
we
the-
went over this last week.
Yeah, but I think there's like 4 left.
Yeah.
If you want to go to Fergfest, which is going to be awesome, Sunday, I want you to reach out to me or Danny or Fitz, whoever your connection is, or if you're not connection, just send us a thing, and please let us know that you'd like to go. You know what I mean? Playing music, it's gonna be great. Ferg was like, "You guys can sell T-shirts. You can put up a banner if you want." Like, I'm honestly gonna be coming straight out of Vermont, like drunk in hell. So like the idea of me putting up a banner is laughable. So I'm just gonna yell pulling the cork. But it's gonna be a great time.
For a whole
You should
set.
go to that. Yeah, exactly. You should go to that. And then the other thing I was gonna mention was I totally just
Next event.
next event. Yeah. Anyways, I forgot. But and by the way, once again, Kev Marr, you can be Kev. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. Shout out to Tom McGowan, who's just like we're both Kirk Minahan fans because that's the best podcast there ever has been, according to me, Tom and Kev Marr. He brought his crew. Like he found the show. I can't remember how. Like through the Beast page, I think somehow.
Yeah.
And like listens every week. And like he brought his guys out and like The thing is, when you meet a person who likes the show, whenever there's a person who likes a show that you're doing, it just means that you have the same exact sense of humor. So it's like you meet that person, you're like, oh, I didn't know
You're immediately.
we were best friends, but I
Yeah.
guess we are. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense. You know. So anyway, shout out to him. So next year is going to be next year we'll do it again. It will be just as good, if not better, and work out some details as far as that. I have to say, I loved having it on Memorial Day weekend.
So did I.
We never go anywhere on Memorial Day weekend, so I'm like, it's perfect for me. You know what I mean? So I thought it was fucking amazing. I had a blast.
And it's the Friday before, so if you still want to do something, you have time
You
to
could
do something.
You left. You left. The
I did
afternoon.
it.
Went up to Mark Fitz's, right?
Yeah, so can I skip you real quick?
Go ahead.
So Friday we had the tournament, got hammered, did that speech. I hope it's not on video because I think I was slurring on the microphone.
I don't think so, but you did a great job. My father was like very impressed.
With me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me, but
I don't fuck
he said
around.
you were fine.
You did all right. If TA says I did all right, I'm fucking pumped.
He did.
I love that you call him TA, by the way.
That's
Yeah,
what it goes
that's
by.
him.
It's hilarious.
So then I go home, right from there. I didn't go to the IA. Took a quick nap, power nap on the couch. Melissa packed the car, woke me up.
What a
She's
wife, by the way.
I know,
What
she's
a
the best.
wife.
Dude, the fact that she puts up with the shit that I do is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? I'm here right now on a Saturday drinking and fucking talking
Monday,
into
by
a
the way.
microphone.
Monday.
It's
Yeah.
Monday, by the way.
Yeah, you know.
You
Memorial
got the
Day.
DeLorean apparently to get
I
here.
did.
I believe them.
I'm like, it's Saturday 6.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Still got
do
two
it
more.
again.
We still got 2 more days of this. None of this math is mathing. But anyways, so we get in the car, go up to New Hampshire. By the time we get to the lake, I'm like borderline sober
Sober
again,
again,
right? And then they light the fire and start crushing beers, and I was drunk twice in 2 different states on a fucking Friday. It was awesome. And then we were there at the lake, swimming in the lake. Like I said, I was with Andrew. My 2 kids. There was like 8 kids there in like 4 families.
Yeah.
It was fucking hectic, but awesome. First night, we get there, 3rd cast,
Love it.
largemouth bass. Mark and his friends and everything, no one's caught a fish
Ever.
ever
Yeah.
up there. It's only been a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
in 3rd cast, I got a largemouth.
It feels good, right?
And then I caught fucking 10 more bass within a 24-hour period. And then all of a sudden, they stopped biting.
Yeah.
That's fishing.
Dude, you know what? I never forget. I was to Dave Lucas, great official lawyer for pulling the cork, by the way. I don't know if you represent me. I think you represent me, but it's Dave Lucas. He is a Melrose guy, an awesome guy. He had a place on a pond up in New Hampshire. We went up and we were going guided fly fishing for the weekend.
Oh,
me,
nice.
Josh the Ironworker, Dave Lucas, and this other dude. It was a fucking gong show. But off his dock, he's like, dude, I hear there's bass here, but I've never caught any, been on the boat, everything. I'm like, what do you use? He's like, rubber worms. I tied on a spoon, second cast. Bang.
Hell yeah.
I'm like, come on. Use a fucking head for once, would you?
Was it a daredevil? Or just silver
It
spoon?
was just a silver spoon.
Nice,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. Fast retrieve, you know.
It's wild how, like, I know this ain't a fishing show and everyone's going to be bored, but it's wild how
Welcome to Fishing with Fitzy.
you go to different lakes, and depending on what lake you're at, they only hit a specific
Yeah.
bait. And then you go to another lake, and they don't even hit that.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, we would fish, and all the sunfish, we would never have to buy worms because they'd eat bread.
Yeah.
I went to my first lake in Maine. They don't eat bread.
Like, give me the Wonder Bread.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there like this, like an idiot,
Yeah.
and they're not eating it. They only eat worms, like live worms.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
I know.
Lake to lake, how different it is.
By the way, last thing I'm going to say about, then we're going to get to your weekend, is that when I took my son and my nephew were like, yesterday Maggie was like, as I just parked my ass here, and I was like, Kevin Mars coming by, and she was like, the fuck? Like, what do you, like, I just like Melissa.
I know.
I wonder. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, how much longer can I get away with this fucking? I remember seeing Al and Tumulty down at the IA one time. He's like, I don't know how fucking Maggie does it with you. I'm like, dude, not that bad, you know. But anyways, took my nephew Will the Thrill, Tommy, and my daughter Tess to the movies today. My whole plan to get my nap in, you know.
Fell in love with the movie, didn't you?
It was better than I expected. To. I was
fucking
into it.
knew
I
it.
was into it. But Tommy and Will just matching, pulling the cork, good guys, trash people.
Nice.
I gotta say this, and I haven't even discussed this with you guys. We're bringing it back. when we hit fall, we got to do another set of sweatshirts or whatever. Different color scheme. Good
Yeah.
guys, trash people.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Corker one too, but that's the OG fucking. Remind me before you leave. I got Mulkey's hoodie.
Okay.
All right. So how was your weekend?
Friday, for the most part, after the thing, we're just going to save for the Patreon. But Saturday was the slap on the wrist, and she was like, I'm going to go to the store real quick. Here's your daughter. And I
It's
was
like
just...
mom went out for cigarettes and then came back.
I was just with my 2-year-old for till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And, that's that. And then yesterday we had my 2-year-old's friend's birthday party, which I thought was going to be a total disaster. Way better than the 6-year-old birthday parties.
Yeah.
Way better. The place was better. The people were fine, but like they're not as developed as a 6-year-old running around like a fucking madman. And then after that, we went to a cookout, and I said, I think I've had enough today. And I went up to where my daughter sleeps at her grandmother's house, and I just went to bed for 2 hours. Woke up at midnight. They were still partying, having. I was like, I'm going home without you guys. That's that simple.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Can we talk about that meal you made today though?
Oh, fucking right we can, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking right we can. All
I had
right.
a little fucking.
Buddy-
I was all bricked up looking at that. if I'm
Dude.
being
Me
honest.
too.
A buddy of mine messaged me last night, and I frequent this restaurant. I'm just not a massive fan of their pork chops and vinegar peppers. Everything else there, dynamite, but he asked me specifically about this, and I was like, hit or miss, dude. It's not very vinegary
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
So he was like, fuck, I already ordered them. I'm like, well, why'd you even text me? You know? So he got them. He was like, the meal's not bad. He's like, but it's definitely false advertising. So last night, it's already on my mind. I haven't had them in forever. There's a couple of restaurants where I'll get them at, and then I make them myself. Literally had a dream about them last night.
Yep.
Woke up this morning at like 10, which is extremely late for me.
Yeah.
Woke up, showered, went to Stop and Shop, grabbed everything for it, made it.
Awesome.
My plan was, and then I told you, I go, I'm having this today. 4 o'clock start, 5 o'clock start, whatever. So I just had it at 1 o'clock this afternoon.
How was it?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about Stop and Shop, though. If you're listening, you fucking CEO rat thinks. Your pork chop selection is terrible. All they had, like, they didn't have, like, the thick cut, bone-in pork chops, right?
They stink anyways.
Dude, but every once in a while, you catch a unicorn.
Yeah, their produce sucks.
It's terrible. So I had to get, like, the family pack of, like, the fucking welfare pork chops,
Yep.
which I'm fine with, but now I had to have, like, 4 of those, and I have 2 for work tomorrow. So I made them. She was like, I don't want anything. My kids were already, no one was home. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is my thing. And I was in the kitchen the entire afternoon.
We've been teasing a new sponsor, by the way, so I wanted to announce it formally. This is brought to you by Stop and Shop. They have 47 locations in the greater
Rat
Boston
finks.
area. No, you know what?
Terrible selection of meat.
You know what? We haven't been able.
Pause.
We have a new sponsor coming,
Yeah.
and I haven't been able to announce it because we haven't. Our schedules have been so fucked.
Yep.
But I'm gonna, even though we haven't like
Officially.
officially met them and everything, I'm just gonna read it today, and then if they decide not to come on
If
board,
it falls through, it's one and done.
yeah, if it falls through, it's one and done.
What's
But
wild is like
free ads.
we're like we have like a huge group text right now. With-
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's all set. I wanted to just talk to them about what they exactly want us to say, but I mean, this is what I do for fucking, basically
living.
for a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get to fucking the most important part of the day here. Gerry Callaghan,
Yep.
my guy,
Alright.
right now. Like I said, sponsored athlete of pulling the cork. We make approximately $7 a month. We leverage that. 9 of our months have paid for Jerry's sponsorship. No, but seriously.
Yeah.
When Danny told me, and then you and I had a conversation,
Yeah.
right? And I
It
was
a
like,
very easy conversation too.
yeah, I was like, hey, I was like,
I'm
I
Brendan.
wanna
Do
fucking-
you want,
Yeah.
I'm
you
Brendan.
want me to sponsor you?
Brendan's such a good salesman that he sold himself on
Dude,
Jerry
I am-
within minutes of
I
meeting.
was
I told him
Wait,
I didn't want anything.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
wanna
I'll
help
take
you
a
guys
couple.
out.
Yeah,
I'll
he
take
goes,
a couple
"I just
stickers.
want $100." Yeah, he goes,
Final offer.
Yeah.
can I get stickers? I go, $500. That's it. It was like Kramer with the fucking coffee.
The best was like I went to the bathroom, came back like, hey, we're sponsoring Jerry now. I'm like, awesome. He's like, no, like we gave him money. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, perfect.
I love it, though. I love it. And I'll tell you what, now, here's the thing. We got to have skin in the game. That's it. You know what I mean? And here's the best of the small world, just for the people at home, because the people obviously know Ginty. By the way, congrats to Ginty and his
Oh, yeah,
lovely wife, Meg.
Congrats, Ginty.
I texted them yesterday. They got married over the last week. I texted them both yesterday. Immediate, just instant Danny Gillis style text back from Meg. She's one of the best reply texters. And Jinty texted
Still
because she
unread.
texted. Yeah, still unread it. And Jinty, no. They texted back. So congrats to them. They got married. Awesome fucking news. So I put up the picture of Jared the other day, right? Of you in the winner's circle.
Yep.
And I immediately get a direct message from Jinty. And he's like, hey, that kid's my brother, is friends with my brother. He's a cool dude. You should have him on the show. I'm like, well
he's
I obviously
coming
only
on.
listen to your own episode because he's a sponsored fucking athlete of the program.
Yeah.
But you know, so you know,
Yeah, I
like,
met Genty, like, obviously we're in the Irish pubs and stuff, and we've
Yeah.
seen Genty play. Like, my brother would probably know Genty, or seen him more than I would have.
Sure.
But, yeah, no, but I met Genty.
yeah, he's a good man. Yeah.
We know each
Yeah,
other.
you follow. Yeah,
Us
yeah.
Irish are kind of...
Yeah. That was the funny thing about, I think I've said it, but when we had Jinty on the first time, I was like, or the only time, but I was like, obviously I realized like community is everything for all of us, you know what I mean? No matter what. Like that's all,
Yeah.
I've always said it. Like, if you want to ask me what my favorite hobby is, it's hanging out with people, shooting the shit, maybe over a beer, right? And like having good conversation. And that is like the Irish culture, basically.
Yeah.
So Jinty comes on the show, and it's like every follow, it's like you have 46 new follows, like M. O'Connor contracting, Don Levy contract, you know, whatever. But anyway, so
So
been
are
dri-
you
Go ahead.
from the same place? As,
No.
Where are you from in
Well,
Ireland?
obviously I sound a lot different, right? Than
Yeah,
Genty.
yeah.
So I'm up from north of Ireland.
Yeah.
Not Northern Ireland, up north of Ireland.
Yeah.
He
Might
still
be saying
rocks.
Northern
He
Ireland.
still rocks the color. He's not like Rory.
Donegal is up the very, very top.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, you'll hear it in the voice
Yeah.
where we're from, you know.
So we're all right. To give us-
Is it city? Is it country?
No, it's city, yeah.
City, yeah.
county, as we would say.
how long have you been over here? Like, or like, when did you?
I think this will be my 8th year in August.
Okay.
You know, that I came over to stay. But I used to come over every summer and work for my uncle.
Yep.
And then there was nothing happening in Donegal. So
Yep.
I think everybody's shipping off.
And
right now
you
to the-
are 28, right?
28. Yep.
28.
Yeah.
By the way, he said that earlier on the podcast before you guys got here. He's like, "Oh, I can't imagine what it's like to be hungover at 47." I'm
He
like,
looked at me and
you don't
Brendan.
fucking know, dude.
And he
I'm
was
like,
like, I don't know how you
There's a
old
lot of
idiots
fucking
do
miles
it.
on this. There's a lot of miles on this Ford Taurus right now that you're looking at. So when did you get into racing? I find this fascinating. But I love there's two things. I think I might even say this to you. I love being around people who are passionate about something, and it's like they're into something that is because I get sucked into these little rabbit hole worlds of like whatever guitar and like these things that like bluegrass music where I'm like nobody else knows about this. You know what I mean? But like the
Yeah.
people who are into it, it's like their whole fucking existence. You know what
How
I
do you
mean?
not know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how'd you get into it?
So my father raced back in Ireland for years, and basically as I was growing up, I used to go to the track. I'd come down in the middle of the night. He'd be away at 4 or 5 in the morning to make it up for the track in the morning, and I'd be bringing my bag down with me. I don't know, whatever age I was, 5, 6. You know, go racing with Dad. You know, my cousins, they went racing as well. So like it was kind of a weekend away, sort of.
Yeah.
You know, as I was younger, so that's basically how I got into it. And
so-
well, once I came out here and I had a bit of money, I was like, I'm going racing. You know, bought a car and that was it.
By the
You know,
way,
we're done.
clip that. I'm going racing. Let's fucking go. So explain exactly what type of car you drive and like the league and all
So
that
it's
stuff.
a Formula V. It's basically a Volkswagen Beetle. Obviously a bit faster and lighter. Like the frames are all made.
It looks like a
there's
mini
lot of-
F1, I would say, kind of in a way.
I would say that to people that don't know
Who
racing.
don't know racing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say
This
it's
entire
a,
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Entire podcast.
yeah. But yeah, it's basically Volkswagen Beetle parts, and yeah, like they're obviously we have them a bit better. Like you know,
How fast we talking?
not that fast.
No?
we only have about 65 horsepower. That's all we got. But we on the right track, you might get 120, 125
that's
mile an
fast.
hour.
No, that's
fast. I'm not doing-
fast shit to me.
I'm not doing that.
Compared to other cars, it's not pretty quick. But our cornering speeds would be a lot quicker than your BMW or
Yeah.
you know. So No, they're good cornering speeds.
And-
They're not
and-
that fast, but you keep up momentum on these cars. That's how you drive them.
Mine's a little foggy. You sent me the videos of like when you had.
Yeah,
your-
we posted them.
That's
My
all right.
helmet-
so, all
my
right, so I was
helmet's
like, I
out.
don't know if it
Yeah.
was just to us, but that
No,
gives
no,
you
we
a
posted
little idea of what kind of racing it is. Because I was very confused too.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, awesome, dude. You'll be on the fucking NASCAR channel.
or something
Yeah.
like
I
that.
don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
It's a little bit different, but it's something that would get you fucking.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny. I used to work with this dude like way back in the day, right? So obviously, like, especially as we said, you're 28. I'm a lifetime older than this kid.
Good double.
Yeah, good double. A McDouble. I could go for one of those right now. Panuzzo, you listening? So you're like, but when I was like, when you were a kid before the internet, you know what I mean? It's like, but to your point, like you learned about it from your dad, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
obviously you associate that with a good time, right? It's like,
Yep.
there's this time when my old man is fucking cool as shit. I want to drive a fucking race car someday, right?
Yep.
And there was a guy I worked with, this kid Brad, and he was he came out of Pennsylvania, and like, Pennsylvania's country fucking living most of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get outside of Philly and fucking Pittsburgh, and it's fucking, dude, it's hay bales and fucking Amish, and he was like all into he was all into dirt track racing. Like that was his whole life. Like his family owns like a Brickell's auto collectibles store. Like he's like, that was like our life was like Friday night was the fucking track. Like that was like what you were doing on Friday night. It wasn't another option. It's like, here it might be a football game. It was the fucking track. You know what I mean? So I think like when it's in your blood like that, like anything else, it's like it gets inside of you, you know?
You'll never get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuck in me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just won one.
I just won in Palmer. So we're doing this thing this year in the Northeast. We're trying out these radial tires. It's like, your car tire compared to the slicks. But it's more cost effective. They last probably 2 to 3 seasons competitively.
Oh, wow.
I would see slicks, the top guys probably throw them away after one weekend, or, it's not, for somebody like me that's young, is not making a lot of money.
Yep.
This other tire, I think, is the way to go.
Okay.
So I went out in those tires and I kicked ass.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So
Fuck yes.
in a couple
So
of
were
weeks'
you
time,
was that not expected for you to win that race, you think?
I don't think people thought I would beat the guys on the faster tires. So I put in more like the second fastest time of the weekend. I wasn't far away from the fastest time, and they're probably about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds off. So like I don't think anybody was expecting me to do that well.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I could see the guys on the other tires in front of me, and all I wanted to do was catch them, obviously. But I made a mistake in one of the corners and did a couple of spins. I got it going and kept going.
So how many laps will one of your races be?
Usually they're like 18 to 20 minutes long, and
Okay.
then they add a lap after the time goes up. But they're short enough. But whenever you go to the bigger races, they're 40 minutes long. The feature race is 40 minutes. So like that's a lot of laps.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like it's gonna be because I know obviously like I was never growing up. I was never like exposed to NASCAR or anything like that or any type of racing really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do know like you got to be in fucking shape to drive that fucking car. Like,
Look at him. He's like, nah, no chance.
no. Hey, listen, this dude walked up to my hood the other day in like a semi-compression short. He's not fucking fat. Let's just
No,
put it
not
that
at
way.
all.
You know what I mean?
But the guys that you beat, I saw them, and they were like,
They're dumps.
That's why they lost.
That's why Gerry won.
Yeah.
No, you get like so in regional racing. It's how do I put it? You have these guys that are good at the regional levels, and then what am I trying to say here? Whenever you go to the bigger leagues,
of
it's,
it. Yeah.
it's a lot tougher.
Yeah, you're going up.
know,
Yeah.
But like the guys in the region, they've raced these tracks for years.
Yeah.
They're still pretty damn good.
Yep.
You can only get so good at a track.
Yeah.
Until you can't go any quicker.
So
maybe,
do
I don't
you
know.
work on your own race car?
We do all our own work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that makes it affordable, probably.
Sure.
It's not hard to do, but you got to be able to fabricate stuff. You know,
Yes.
you can't buy
0%
parts.
chance I can do
You
that.
know,
So
you can't buy parts for these things really. Like, you know, you buy your Volkswagen parts, but other than that, you got to make things work.
Yep.
You know.
Maybe these tires that you use, they should start sponsoring you if you just fucking won and they're a second tier tire. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to get up to the bigger leagues before we can
okay,
maybe
All right.
start
Well,
getting
listen,
stuff
we
like
start
that.
with
You
the
know.
pull and the cork sponsor.
Yeah.
We build up from
Yeah.
there.
He knows.
So
He
is
knows.
that the goal? To get regionals and go
Yeah, so I'm
bigger?
going to the nationals again this year,
Yeah.
and I think I just bought a new car. It's a Vector GB4. You just don't know what that is, but
Yeah,
do
well,
now.
so
yeah,
I went
sounds-
out.
I know what it
sounds
is.
You know what
Sounds
it is,
so
No
right?
fucking
Yeah.
chance.
Velociraptor GD.
No, I went out and the car did better than I thought. I just had to drive it a little bit different. Every car is a different feel. You know, there's probably, I don't know how many different chassis there is, but there's lots. You know, so every chassis feels different. So I had to just get used to driving it, and this car could be the one. Could be a lot quicker than what I used to drive. So we could be up there for the nationals. You know.
So
If
do you
everything
have
goes
you have
right.
other sponsors in addition to us?
I have a couple other sponsors, like the guy I work for, Dog Excavation.
Yep.
Then I have another Irish guy of ours that we race with, Charlie Doherty, plastering.
Yep.
You know.
I got a feeling like maybe we could connect them with some potential good sponsors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would
Yeah.
be great. Yeah.
So, dude, I think it's fascinating to me. And like I said, like I get so, when I get wrapped up in something, I get so fucking wrapped up in it.
Yeah.
Like I brought my daughter to like a bluegrass festival in Framingham when she was like 6, and
must have
she was
loved
like,
it.
"What the fuck?" And by the way, bluegrass music, a lot of it is like not Billy Strings. It's like dudes singing about fucking the Lord, right? Which we know my stance on religion. So
Yeah.
but I'm just like, I'm fascinated by it. I'm like, all these people bring their whole families out, and every week they just go and they just fucking jam these fucking tunes in these hallways, like, and then go out for like pancakes. Like, they're not even getting fucked up afterwards. So like, I'm fascinated by the whole thing. You know what I mean? But like the world's like that. You know, like guitar building, right? It's like similar to racing, probably, where it's like, oh, this is like this type of wood. This, you know, this is like the fucking. It's not like cure it, like all that stuff. Like, I just find that stuff like so interesting, and it's like you were saying too, like it's community, right? Because it's like,
Oh yeah.
you
Big
were
time.
saying like, oh, because me and him were talking about, I want to go down and do a podcast from a race.
New
somewhere.
Hampshire. You should come
So
to
we're thinking New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Because I think the week is like 14th and 15th is coming up. I think I had something.
Yeah, so that one's in Lime Rock Park. It's kind of a famous track. But,
Okay.
and it's a great spectating track too.
Yep.
And a lot of people come from the town, which we normally don't get.
Yeah.
You know, the only spectators is like families and like
Sure.
you know, people that's in racing. But no, the New Hampshire one, like you can see every part of the track, you know, from like the grandstands up top and but no, it's a good time.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
you said to
we
me, like, after like that's done, you're like, we just
drink
fucking
beer
have a
and sit
fire,
by the
drink
fire.
beer and
yeah.
fucking hang out.
We
and,
get
like,
Genty up, play a
Hell
few
yeah.
tunes.
Yeah, I'm like, this sounds like,
It could be a good time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, everybody kind of knows each other. Like the other classes that race too, like we all kind of know each other. And that's what makes it great too. You know, you can leave your scooter out there. You can leave all your shit out there, and nobody's gonna take it either. You know.
Yeah.
You don't get that anywhere out in America, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you would you say that like the market for this type of racing's like growing?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But obviously things are getting a bit expensive now too. So you
Sure.
get like a lot of people like that maybe can't afford to go out and buy another set of tires to
Yep.
compete. And you know, somebody like me, I don't want to be going out there and not doing the best I can
Yep.
because I can't buy a set of tires. You
Sure.
know? But no, it's definitely growing. There's a lot of new young kids coming in, and like all these shows on Netflix, like Drive to Survive
Yeah.
and stuff. Like they're obviously bringing a lot more attention to this sort of thing, you know. So it's
Well, I
good.
think too, it's good because I think that 500 something tells me we probably bought one tire. I think that feels like a one tire purchase.
Two.
Two, nice. Yeah, that's
You
what I
got
figured.
two.
Yeah,
Or,
40 grand.
or an entry fee for the weekend.
Listen,
you
as
know.
we grow,
Whatever.
hey, listen, as we grow, you grow. So maybe next
Yeah.
year, listen up, sponsors. Maybe next year we can get Gerry 4 tires. All right?
Right.
Yeah.
Once you start making $10 a month, or you know.
Yeah, exactly.
A boy can hope.
A boy can hope. Yeah, a boy can dream, as they say.
Where is Nationals?
Nationals this year, they change it around. It's usually like bucket list tracks. So last year it was in Virginia, and I actually did pretty good. I forget how many cars, it's probably close to 30. But you're getting 30 of the best drivers in the country, you know. So I was aiming for a top 10, and then whenever I kind of made it to top 10, I was hoping maybe top 5. But I got taken out in the first lap, which is normal in those sort of races.
Taking out a crash?
Yeah, a guy turned in on me basically, and that was so if I kind of backed out of something like that, like, am I still even racing? You know.
No, you got to.
So like, if I keep it in there, he sees me. If he doesn't leave the space, like, what? There's nothing I can do about that. But when he hit me, he broke something in the car,
Irish.
and that was it. Oh, yeah. You gotta be. In this, you gotta be in this game.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You got to be in regular life.
I tell you right now, if you watch the videos of Jerry driving, this kid has brass balls.
Yeah.
He like fucking.
I got a video. My first ever win, it would have been in New Hampshire. It was the last lap. It was the second last corner. Me thinking, I'll go down this corner a little bit quicker. I shouldn't have done it. It would have been my first one, and I threw it away.
Did you go right
know?
out? Well, you know what we'll do is we'll plug this after we get done with this. Send me this video, and I'll plug it into the YouTube. So like that'll bring people to YouTube. Also, by the way, we got a couple new Patreon guys.
Nice.
One was just on the show, John Knuckle.
Let's go.
By the way, John was awesome. I want to say that.
That was a great show.
Great guy. Loves Panuzzo.
Yeah.
The Panuzzo dick sucker. That's what I was saying about him. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Already?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm saying that in the most favorable way possible. Anyways, no, he loves Panuzzo's got great content. Panuzzo thinks he's doing an intervention here next week. Like, he's like, I got an intervention for you guys. Like, dude, just because, Brian, I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
Just because you are down to like a size 0 waist and you can see every ab muscle ripple through your body, doesn't mean that we all want that.
I'm
okay?
coming with Taco Bell.
Yes.
I bought a fucking sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant from Dunkin' Donuts this morning on my way home from New
It
Hampshire.
looks horrible.
Dude, it was disgusting, and I ate the whole thing. The intervention ain't gonna work,
Yeah.
Brian.
Listen,
Brian.
all right.
Spoiler alert.
Let's find a little. Here's my thing with. We're gonna talk about this with him, but here's my thing with Brian. Let's find some meeting in the middle.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
give us some tips,
Yeah.
and we'll try to incorporate them
And by the
Monday
way,
through Thursday.
I don't hate a fucking
Specifically Monday at 5 through Thursday at 9 a.m.
I don't hate a fruit or a vegetable.
No.
Just don't tell me that's all I can eat.
Yeah,
No, listen, we're gonna get some good tips out of him. I got some good questions for him. I want to ask because he actually is like certified nutritionist and shit. So like, I do want to ask a bunch of shit about like people who are doing like Ozempic and like testosterone replacement therapy and shit. I mean, if you're gonna do testosterone, just do D-ball. That's what I've been doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just fucking do a full cycle. All right, listen, we're
Get
gonna
all
read a new.
yoked up.
We're gonna read a new ad. New company. Didn't even tell them I was doing it, but we're doing it. American Benchcraft. All right. This is like, I've said this. This is a brand, just like our other brands we work with, that you can fucking get behind. All right? These guys are Reading guys, first of all, local guys.
Yep.
Chris Angelini and his brother. Chris reached out to me, connected through a great friend of the program,
You can mention them.
Malky, right? And he's like, I listen every week. I'm into it. Now, here's what they do. They make hand, like, riveted, like, wallets, leather
Belts.
goods. Their belts are guaranteed for life. This is made in America shit, okay?
Not only is it made American, Brennan, veteran owned.
Veteran owned.
Yes.
Yeah. Made in America, though, and guaranteed for life. So the hold up in this has been that we haven't been able to get up there to go to the shop and get our
Correct.
belts made.
Correct.
Right? I mean, dude, a fucking belt that's guaranteed for life?
Yep.
Like, listen, they do phone cases. They do, like, everything you could want, like dog collars, right?
Anything with assless chaps. If you want
Assless.
assless chaps, I'm sure they can help you out.
That's a one-off. That's a one-off. I ordered them specifically. But no, seriously, these guys are awesome. They're a local company, which we like to support local.
Yep.
As Jump always says, we don't even know what it means anymore. I've heard it is like support local because we are local. I'm like, what does that mean? But dude, I'll tell you right now, I've already been looking at it. I'm getting one of these wallets.
Dude, they're
Right?
sick.
And I'm getting that fucking belt. But awesome company, awesome guys. AmericanBenchcraft.com. All right? American made, veteran owned, 100% guarantee on the belts. Right? Lifetime guarantee.
lifetime. Yep.
Like, that's. Fitzy, what did you say to me? Like, why were you so pumped about this?
Because I tear through belts.
Like
So-
Gerry Callaghan tears with tires.
Yeah. I rip fucking
The last
belts.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are like Old Navy belts this kid's wearing. You know what I mean? Not American Benchcraft.
So
So
that's why they're ripping.
Yeah. So free shipping on them, by the way, orders over 50 plus. We'll talk to them, deal with it all, figure it all out so we can get like, you know, whatever. Like every week we'll talk to you about what they want to do. But if you also, like I said, you got dogs, they got personalized dog collars, hunting dog collars, everything.
I'm going to read you a quick text that Melky sent me.
Yeah.
He goes, it sounds like, I swear to God, he goes, it sounds like Fitzy has the same issue as I do with no ass.
Oh, yeah.
He will appreciate the American
too.
Benchcraft belt.
Yep.
That's all of us.
Yeah.
We all have
Yeah.
Taylor Swift asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the worst ass in the world. My ass is the size of a McDonald's cheeseburger. Like that's approximately the fucking length and size of it. Like no girl would ever look at my ass and ever like be like, yes, I can't wait to fucking be with this guy. She'd be like, that guy's body is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Fucking smash
Yeah.
burger ass.
Yeah, yeah, smash burger ass. Yeah, that's what I got. But no, seriously. And you know what I'm getting to, by the way? I'm just telling you this right now. I might order it during the show today and put it under like Tommy's name or something so they don't know it's me. I want this like Trapper journal. They got a journal because I like to write tunes and then I write that shit down. You know how cool you look when you got a fucking leather journal that,
Absolutely.
that
So cool.
ties with a leather. Like people are like, oh, that guy must write real tunes. You know what I mean?
Panty dropper.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at how smart I am. I got this leather journal. You know what I mean? All right, so listen, American Benchcraft, welcome to the fucking family.
Let's go.
Right?
Go.
They hear that ad, they're like, done. We just gotta mention them again.
Where-
Did they just say we make assless
They are,
chaps?
they're part of the family. They're part of the family. By the way, I want to give a shout out. We said this. Obviously, we're not doing Louis Pieces and advertising the show. They killed it at Boston Calling this weekend. They were there. They did awesome. So congrats to Chris and his team. Just want to say that.
Good job,
yeah.
Chris.
Once
Hell
you're
yeah.
in, you're in. Until
Yep.
you're fucking out. I actually burned down the booth afterwards. I was like, you guys don't support us anymore, so fuck this. Just kidding. That's the only reason I went to Boston Calling. No, listen, I mean, I'm pumped about that partnership there.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think it's gonna
By
be
the way, I
great.
gotta say this too. We'll just do Misguided Spirits right now. And this isn't even almost an ad. This is just a fucking like, James, we're talking about going down to New York. There you go. Jerry, that's for you. We're talking about going down to New York to do a live podcast in New York.
Dangerous.
Gibbons, I think, is the, I can't remember. James sent it to me.
I think it's giblets.
Giblets. Giblets or something like that. It's something like that. It's an Irish bar that started in Ireland. They have two, one in Ireland, one in England, one here. He's got the connection. I'm thinking about doing a 2-for-1. Now, I didn't want to bother Genty while he's on his fucking honeymoon to Cape Cod, which he's doing. But I'm like, let's get Genty paid, get him down there. We'll do the podcast and let him play some fucking tunes in New York for the people.
That would be sick.
I mean, talk about people fucking going 6 to midnight, coming their
Chuffed.
pants.
Yeah.
Chuffed. Yeah. Misguided Spirits, James, Jay, our guy who's the distributor, but Big Bad James just gives us more booze than you can even handle, which is great.
He's like Oprah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, everybody gets a car.
You get a
Everybody gets
case. You
bottle.
get a case. You get a case.
Yeah. I said to him, I was on the phone with him, and I go, hey, I just wanted to thank you. I called him. I was half cocked. Called him from the golf tournament after we were done. I'm like, hey, I just wanted to really thank you. I didn't do it. I wanted to call you to say it rather than do that. And I wanted to just say thanks for, like, the sport. And I was like, hey, and I like, just asking you, I'm like, are you down to, time's up for the, he's like, you don't have to fucking ask me that. Come on. He's like, send me that fucking invoice. Let's
Legend.
go. Big Bad James. Misguided Spirits out of New York. Employee owned. All right? Brooklyn's owned. By the way, I'm going to connect him and Chris from American Benchcraft. That's a match made in heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, all those, like, hipster bartenders down in Brooklyn, like, be, like, literally losing their mind over, like,
How about a fucking leather strap case for a bottle of booze you can walk down the streets of Brooklyn in? Know what I'm saying?
Danny, you just upped the hipster game. I think you broke the hipster
That's
game.
what I mean. That's what I immediately what I thought of.
That we have to get that made. That is the most dumb thing I've ever heard. And I love it. But it's something that hipster would wear.
100%.
They'd be like, oh.
I already got the name too.
What is it?
Flask pack.
Dude,
Like not a
we can
backpack, not a fanny pack, but a flask pack.
we can get Chris to
it's
print
side
and then,
carry.
That's a good
Like,
way
put
to get
that, like-
arrested.
emboss that like misguided spirits where it
Yeah.
goes across your chest.
Absolutely.
Like one of those like mail packs. Yep. I would. That's gonna be like.
You got pouches for like pens and shit too, but then your flask is right
Mace.
there too.
You know, I know those guys can make it.
Oh, yeah.
How fucking funny would that be?
Hilarious.
The three of us walking now is just like we got just a huge bottle of booze in a fucking satchel
Sure,
at
you
all
can't do
times.
that. No, it's concealed.
Listen,
it's not open yet.
go to misguidedspirits.com. Listen, the best people, our people. Ball Square Fine Wines. Malden Fine Wines. You can find them at those places. I'm going to get an updated list, as I say every week, but I need to get it from Jay. Also, I'll tell you this right now. If you want the Fergfest tickets, right? You want them? Do you want them? You want 2 tickets to Fergfest? You're going to get a bottle of Misguided Spirits on me.
Ooh.
I'll give it to you at the event. So there's no, like, fucking
Sounds
around.
sounds like a no-brainer.
Sounds like a no-brainer, right?
Free tickets, free booze.
Free tickets, free booze. I'll tell you who's getting a bottle of the vodka. Michaela.
Oh,
You know why? Because she reached out and bought it before, like, when it was our first sponsor. She went off and fucking did it.
she's the fucking best.
She's the best. So, misguidedspirits.com, the best people. You can buy it online, but buy it in the stores. See us. We'll tell you where to get it. Awesome stuff. So, all right. So, when you have like other people that have to help you out on the track, like how's that work?
So because our races are so short, like we don't have pit stops or stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, we're not proper Formula One. We like to think we are, maybe, but we're not. But no, we basically do everything before the races, and you know, you don't have to change tires, you don't have to refuel.
Yeah.
You know, so it's yeah. I think they call them sprint races, or you know, they're short. You know.
Cost of fuel is not helping anything.
Oh,
So we use aviation fuel in these cars as well.
Really?
Yeah. But the good thing about aviation fuel is it doesn't go bad. So a lot of guys use it for, say, their lawnmowers or trimmers, and once you throw it in over the winter, it doesn't like evaporate.
Oh,
It
really?
doesn't go bad. Yeah. Yeah.
Where does one source
And
aviation?
it's not that expensive. It's probably $7 a gallon.
Okay.
You know? So you're not going to use a lot of gallons for your lawnmowers or stuff.
Sure.
Right.
So you go to, I usually go up to North Andover there. You know, any airport.
Yep.
You should be able to get it.
I
If
don't
they
think
ask
they're
you
gonna
what
let me
you're
in
putting it
Logan and say, just walk in the door. What
No,
flight? No, I'm just here for the fuel.
just say I'm local 12.
Yeah, I'm here for the fuel. No, Jerry said it was all right. No, he's a Formula 5X.
I mean, come on, you
racer.
know Gerry Callaghan? Come on.
They'd probably know me in there. Too. That's
So you buy it like what?
the guy that sneaks through the fence every week.
He's got the bolt cutters.
He's siphoning it out of a fucking some guy's Gulfstream.
Why is he near Spirit Airlines right now? That's why they're all going to. Oh, that's terrible.
So my old, like 10-year-old Toro would run off that shit.
Yeah, so I think it's like 100 octane. So I mean, it should.
Yeah.
Talk about talking Greek. I don't know
I was
anything
fucking
about
trying.
this, dude.
See
Listen.
what happens.
I'll tell you right now, my lawnmower that I have, gas powered, obviously.
The only way.
That's the only way. Although I will say, like, I switched like a couple of years ago to the trimmer and the blower. I was like, I went to the battery because it's the same thing as the Craftsman. It's like whatever. They're weaker, but like I don't have a huge yard, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But like, it's nothing like a gas powered thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Pulling that
Like,
cord.
dude,
The
the smell of
noise.
it is fucking awesome. Like,
6 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. It's like, and it's just like now, as I just said, I have a battery powered. And I'm about to say this, but if I see you with a battery powered mower, I know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
All right. You're not an American or an
You
Irishman.
got your mask on mowing your lawn.
Yeah. Mask up, people. Be safe. It's
Yeah.
brought to you like COVID-19 vaccine.
Sir, are you sick? No, I'm just mowing my lawn.
How many cars are there in one race?
So we normally get like 20 to 30 in the region, which
Yep.
is we're probably one of the biggest regions around America.
Okay.
But the nationals and the bigger races, you could probably get around the same amount of cars too. So like 20 to 30 cars is a good number.
And so when you were growing up and your dad was racing,
Yep.
was that the exact same type of racing? Like cars?
Exact same.
Okay.
They're a little bit different. They have
So are there a
they
lot
have
of Irish
bigger-
guys that do it?
Yeah, there's back in Ireland?
No. I'm saying like here.
Out here.
Yeah.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Irish guys, like full Irish guys racing in the northeast region right now.
Okay.
You know, yeah, you got a lot of your Boston Irish guys racing too.
Yep.
Like your guy O'Day here painted this
Yep.
helmet. Lovely.
That helmet's sick. It has
fucking-
2 Poland cork stickers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot that. So you had texted me on when we doing this the other day on Instagram,
Yeah.
right? But then I forgot as I was looking. I'm like, I know I took his number, and I have him in there as Fast Gerry Callaghan. But I think, did you give
That's
me
the only way.
his number?
No, I have his number as just regular Jerry.
So
No,
when I was drunk, I was like Fast Gerry Callaghan. I think you gave it to me that way. Or
I
something like
gave
that.
it to you, but I also didn't
I love
like
it.
your number.
Yeah, I love it though.
You know?
I'm like, that's perfect. I'm like,
Yeah.
Fast Gerry Callaghan. It's the best name in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we're fucking pumped to have you as a sponsored athlete. Let's just say that. And
Glad to
how
be
can,
part
by
of
the
it.
way, the other thing is how can people follow along like for like what you're doing every week?
So most of my stuff I usually post on Facebook.
Yep.
I think back in Ireland, I think Facebook is more popular.
Well, that's what
at
Jinty was
the
saying.
time. Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jinty said
like
the
I
same
would
thing.
use
Yeah.
all Facebook. Yeah, like Instagram. I mean, you still reach probably the same amount of people as you would on Facebook.
Sure.
You know.
If you use the right
yeah.
hashtags on Instagram and it's public, I think you'd get a lot more.
Oh, you would.
But I'm like you. I use Facebook way more than I
Facebook,
use.
yeah.
I'm the same way too. I'm a Facebook.
But Instagram is probably the way to go for all of us, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try to
just don't
fucking use the hashtags
I do
and I'm
too.
public and I try to build it and fucking.
Stinks.
I mean, I stink.
Hashtag.
I'll tell you what I can't figure out honestly
Twitter.
is
Yeah, times to post, right? You're gonna say?
no. Well, I'm gonna say TikTok. I'm gonna say
Oh,
because I'll
TikTok,
tell you right
right.
now. Like I posted a video. Like I posted a quick clip of me talking about the breakfast beer the other day. It wasn't even that funny. It was just like I just clipped it because I'm like I gotta get some clips out, right? And it like got like great fucking engagement.
Yeah, it's
and
no
then I
rhyme or
post like
reason.
something I think's hilarious that Danny does, and like it's not nothing to do with the. It's like I think it's how fast people like that
Yeah.
throws it into the algorithm.
Yep.
I'm fucking like I forget who said it. It was Will Noon in the community. He's like, when I got into comedy, I wasn't trying to like fucking cheat an algorithm and figure out how to fucking work the internet. You know what I mean? It's true. It's like that is annoying because it's like some stuff that I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. Like a Joey Boats thing that just doesn't take off for whatever reason.
Right.
You know?
I think it's just like anything at this point, it's pay to play. Because I remember we did the sponsored thing for
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit, and we got a lot more follows.
Yeah, but they don't, like-
But who knows? They might be
They don't
bots.
stick around. They're bots.
Yeah,
You know
they
what I
might
mean?
be
Like,
bots.
dude, like you gotta have.
Fucking bots, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My opinion is.
It's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
bad.
I'd rather have, like we always say this, but like we have, I think we have like 62 people or something like that in the Patreon now.
Wait, did we say who the other person was, by the way?
It's like a weird
You said
name.
John Knockel.
It's like Jeffrey Dankins something or something. Hold on one second, I'll find out. I don't
not-
think. I think it's a.
It's not Orlando.
It could be. Could also be. Yeah, I don't know. Old Doctor Strange is already in there. I'll tell you who it is. It is. The name is Jeffy Danks.
Jeff.
I don't know if you know Jeffy Danks.
I don't.
There was a kid I went to St. Mike's with whose name was Jeffy, and he was gay. But I don't think that's him.
Sick.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
story.
good for him. You want to hear another one?
I can't wait. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Dude, that's where my fucking head is at this point in the weekend.
know.
Is that it just doesn't work anymore.
Oh, I got a huge shout out.
Okay, go ahead.
Melissa Fitz, birthday the 25th, Saturday.
Let's go.
This past Saturday was her birthday. Happy
Nice.
birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Turn 23.
To my wife, I love you.
Oh,
I love it. Turned 23 years old. Everybody knows that. One of the absolute best. By the way, there would be no Fitzy on the show if it was not without her.
Oh, no. I don't know a lot of wives who would put up with my nonsense.
Well,
you know?
Uh,
Maggie,
Maggie, maybe.
Christy.
yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot.
I don't know though. They're both pretty tired of
Mrs.
themselves.
Callahan.
So, like,
Soon to be, yeah.
Soon to
yeah,
be.
yeah,
Let's
right.
go.
Getting married
Emma
soon, right?
Barry, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
July 9th next year. Still
Awesome.
nothing started.
Congrats.
Have the date though, but yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Question two: Isn't it? Stop me if I'm not correct. Are you-
How I met her, right?
Yeah.
Is this what you're talking about?
exactly.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
how I met Emma was at the track up in New Hampshire. I actually raced with her father, and I actually do race against him too on the track. You know, he's up there with me.
Yeah,
And that's how I met her. Yeah, the racetrack,
That's-
and we hit it off.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
but you know what's great about that is that like she knows the lifestyle. Like she's in
She
it.
knows I'm in racing, and
Yeah, yeah.
It's tough too because all I do is like racing.
Sure.
You know, that's all I think about.
Yeah, and that's
all I
big
talk
commitments.
about.
You're going
You
away
know,
for like a
it's-
weekend. Yeah.
You know, that's hard for her. She's a school teacher in Concord.
Okay.
So
Concord-
it's not
Concord,
they're
Mass.
two completely different things, right?
Yeah.
So no, we hit it off and
That was a legit question.
get
'Cause there
married
is a
now.
Concord, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Concord. Well, it's Concord, Concord, Mass.
Yeah, yeah.
Concord
Yeah.
town, whatever.
By the way,
yeah.
Concord, Mass. Very rich. Just say that right now.
Nice.
All right. Another great story for you, Fitz.
Nice.
All right. You hear that one? It's a
What?
rich town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You like that story I just told?
Yeah. That's a good one. I love them. I love them all. I'm here. I'm here for it.
I'm giving you my best. You're getting my best 60% today. I just watched a fucking Planet of the Apes movie, ate a bunch of popcorn that tastes like cardboard, and now I'm fucking on my second shower beer here.
You know,
what I mean?
you know what the best is? You'll clip that and Concord, very rich. That's
Yeah.
what TikTok will
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
appreciate.
TikTok will be like, let's fucking
Yeah,
go.
oh my god! Like, dude, you know what? I
All the
actually
kids
thought
start
the other day,
gradient and flipping bottles.
yeah, exactly, yeah. I want to get off like that shit. I'm like,
it's brutal.
It's bad for me, but I can't help
Can't look
myself.
away.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'll tell you right now, we couldn't be more pumped to have this sponsored athlete on the show.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. You know what the best part with Gerry is too? He's not pressing like some new diet or lifestyle change on us like it's gonna happen on
No,
Thursday.
drink as many beers you want, eat as many burgers. You know.
I'm just kidding. We're gonna get some really good information on Brian. I'm actually interested to see when I go up away with Brian, like, because he's not really like dude. Listen, his business and his life is about being in the best shape possible. That's what he does for a living, and he's fucking great at it. It's gonna be an awesome insight because, dude, we got people that listen that I always try to follow back on the pull and the cork thing.
Yeah.
That are at the gym. Like one of your boys is like at the gym at 4:30 in the morning every
Jay
day.
Hughes, I know exactly what it is.
Jay Hughes. This
Yeah.
kid's a psychopath.
Yeah, he's nuts.
He's gonna like literally be like, it's like Knuckle. He's the same way.
He
Like,
goes to the gym and then goes to work in the elements every fucking day.
dude,
I'm
like, I don't think he sleeps.
idiot.
This kid. Yeah, I don't
he's
think
an
he
idiot.
sleeps.
He's dumb.
But we're gonna get some good information out of that. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Let's talk about Bellas real quick.
Let's talk about Bellas. Before we talk about Bellas, what we're going to do is we're going to send out a happy anniversary to Harry and Sandra on their
That's right.
Oh, let's go.
23rd, I believe. 23rd,
Bam.
23rd anniversary. They sent out some pictures today. How about Harry and Sandra just throwing out high 90s?
Unbelievable.
They
Look
just
at great.
great pitches. But as you know, they've been with us rocking for a long time. 1211 Osgood Street, North Andover. Best beef in the game, best steak tips in the game. And they're just great people. You got to get up there. You got to give them some love. Once again, happy anniversary, Harry and Sandra. We love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.
All right, Tedco. Listen, who was there playing golf with Gentile? Teddy. Teddy's the guy. Somebody was like, I just met Tedco. He's awesome. I'm like, yeah, his name's actually Ted. It's not, it's the name of his company is Tedco.
It's probably me.
But that's good.
Ted.
Hey, listen, you'd rather be known as Tedco than not be known. You know what I mean? It's like Josh the Ironworker. Also, by the way, my nephew, Will, great corker, wearing a sweatshirt today at the movies. As my sister told me, he looked at her and goes, why do they call Josh the Ironworker? 10-cent hit, Will. But great, one of the best that you ever heard. 617-996-6827, admin at TedcoCM.com. Listen, Teddy's my guy. Teddy's our guy, right?
Yep.
This is a guy who, what are you looking to do? You're looking to flip a house, you're looking to do your basement, you're looking to put it on an addition, you want to talk to Teddy. He's the best. He will give you good advice. He will help you out with stuff, help you pull plans if you need to pull plans on your house, as he did with you.
He did that for me, yep.
Yeah. TedcoCM.com. Ben Franklin Print Company. You can thank your lucky stars for Ben Franklin Print Company.
Joe.
Okay?
I got Joe.
He's getting a tattoo of a sailor on his back the size of Texas.
Huge seaman.
Huge team, yes. One of the best guys in the business. Honestly, like everybody was just. Higgy came over here last night, my buddy Chad Higgins, wearing the shirt.
Yep.
Psyched. He's like, and Maggie came in, she's like, oh my God, you both are wearing the shirt at the same time.
I got mine on right now. I already washed it.
Yeah,
Didn't shrink.
it's great.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. If you need stuff done, oh, look at here. Jerry's taking it off. Let's go.
Go.
The hoodie
Jerry's
and
on,
it.
yep.
Yes.
I think
Buttery.
mine's is a bit bigger than
Yeah. Listen, they're the best. They're out of Middleton, Mass. Okay. Way more than print. 978-624-7341. I want you to reach out to them when you want to get stuff made, because I'll tell you right now, as I always say, if you're gonna fucking buy shit to sell to people or to have them like golf tour and stuff, you want to fucking wear it afterwards.
Yep.
You don't want to give Jeff Gilden's like sitting there jacking around.
Gets
like,
thrown away.
Yeah, he's buying a wooden shirt. You know what I mean? As Theo Vaughn would say.
And if you're a corker, you get a discount, right?
Yeah, if you're a corker, you get 10% off. I
Nice.
put all the cards in each one of our gift
In the bags, yeah, swag
Yeah.
bags. Yep.
By the way, people are pumped with the gift bags.
I know, everyone loved them.
Yeah.
Peanuts,
Yep. Mints,
mints,
teas.
teas,
Koozies.
koozies, golf balls.
Yep.
Yep. Stickers. Right?
Ball marker.
Ball marker. Next year, Jerry, you know what you have to
Hey,
do is get Gerry Callaghan racing stickers made to put in the bag.
Autographs.
Well, ball marker.
Autographs, yeah, we
Yeah.
could do that. They're not worth
Just be
anything.
bombed.
But
They're worth
what
it
are
to
we gonna
me.
do with this?
They're worth it to me. All right, we get 2 voicemails.
Yep.
Unfortunately, one is not Orlando.
I can almost guarantee what one of them
Is
is.
the other one?
No.
Yo, it's your man Adam Jump Town. Just wanted to check
Don't
in
miss.
with that voicemail. Wanted to wish you all a happy Memorial Day. I know you guys are recovering from a great weekend. Kicking it off with the PTC Classic and almost $5,000 for a great cause. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what it's all about. Good guys, trash people. Yeah. Listen, heading out to Mighty Squirrel and what'll make it today. Got to hit up some different breweries. Going to get out of the comfort zone. We're going to put some back. And I'll be thinking of you 3 amigos. We don't know, but we do. This is a quality high.
Tell you right now.
Yeah.
He's the best.
You want the MVP ever of Corkers?
Yes.
Jump Town.
Of course.
The guy, I don't think he's missed a week.
If he did, it wasn't on purpose. He was just high as a lab rat.
We support Jump. Jump's my guy. By the way, as I said, I don't just hire anybody to cater a party. Hiring Jumptown and Paul Doobie to cater a party. All right? As you said about Paul Doobie, the guy can make your ears bleed, but he's got the best wings. No, I don't say that about you. You said that about him. I'm a Paul Doobie guy.
Hello, this is the manager of the Pearl Street station. I was informed that a podcast member named Daniel Gillis was at my establishment performing karaoke. Just relaying the message for him to never perform again here. He was god-awful. I was going to have someone give it to him in 4 languages, but I'll leave it at that. Brazil 1, Ireland 0. Peace.
That is Bobby Froyo.
So he just kind of took away my Patreon a little bit, but that's no big deal.
All right, we'll get to that,
I
though.
might have did little inside baseball. I might have did karaoke 4 times that night
I'm here for it. I'm here
On
for
Friday?
on Friday.
I would pay to see that.
all genres.
It. Yeah, I'm here for it. By the way, it looks like the Celtics have been playing the Mavericks in the finals.
Hold
and
on.
I'm here for that.
R.I.P. Bill Walton.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
R.I.P.
Fuck.
Great deadhead. Great, great drug user.
Yeah.
Also, great fucking basketball player.
Yep.
Also, great idiot, by the way. He's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he wasn't the best commentator.
Job's not done, though.
No.
Don't count the paces out.
I mean, come on.
It's done tonight.
It's done. We know.
In the name of Bill Walton.
yeah.
by the way.
In the name of Bill Walton. Yeah.
Are they
I
home?
gotta say
Are
this.
they home?
No.
I know.
Oh,
I'm,
he paces
I'm,
now.
I'm about to piss so many people off. I'm a Celtics guy.
I know what you're about to say. But Jason Tatum's a fucking snoop
No,
bomb.
listen. I gotta apologize to Jason Tatum. All right, I know he's been waiting for it. On bated breath. But I find him to be frustrating to watch. He's an amazing player. I'm glad he's on the Celtics. Just want to say that. But like, if you want to ask what's more fun, watching Luka Doncic and fucking Kyrie basically play, ruck-a-pock street ball is unreal to watch. That said,
Jaylen Brown's frustrating as shit to watch, too.
they're frustrating.
It's-
They're the
it's-
most frustrating best team ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They are.
Imagine if they don't win this year.
no.
I told Tommy if they
they
don't
have to
win,
win, right?
if they don't win, if they lose to the Mavericks, I am
Never watching the
I'm
NBA
becoming
again.
a Mavericks fan. I'm gonna become the biggest obnoxious Mavericks fan you've ever seen. People are gonna hate my guts. This is the guy who paid $550 to sit by myself at Celtics Lakers in 08. A guy who put $50 on the Celtics in Vegas before they got KG, right? I'm a fucking Celtics mega fan. But
You hit that bet?
Yeah.
Big 3 bet?
Yeah, it was fucking dude.
let's
It was
go.
$50 to win $3,800, and Maggie's
awesome.
like, "You're an idiot!" I'm like, shit face come off the roulette table, just
Yeah.
put it in, and then all of a sudden, I got home and Monday, I look at the papers
Saw
they just got
Kevin
KG.
Garnett.
I'm like, fuck yes! That was how I sold her on getting the ticket to the game.
To the
'cause,
game, yeah.
Tess was 5 months old or something. I'm like, but I'll probably win this bet, which will pay for like the ticket that I'm going to. She's like, but they haven't won it yet. I'm like, but they probably are gonna win it, you know. Anyways, I'm here for the Celtics. All right, I'm here for the Celtics. All right, listen, Gerry. Thank you.
sir.
You're gonna stick around for Patreon, right?
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
I still have no idea what it is. Even though I'm
Patreon's-
hearing it all
listen,
the time in the podcast. I
Patreon's
don't
just
know.
bullshit.
It's the same exact thing, but we all get naked.
like a story. yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. And nobody's
It's
impressed.
it's not on YouTube. That's the
Yeah.
only reason we could do it.
Nobody's
Okay.
impressed.
Okay.
I also, we just do that. And we'll, like, for example, I got a story that can't be told on the main
okay.
thing.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in case
Okay.
some, you know.
Little NC-17 action, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, I made out with a guy before the tournament.
And it
All right,
was,
give it away.
And it was great.
Yeah, it was great. His name was Jeffy. I went to college with him. All right. We love you all. Gerry, thank you very much.
Yeah, no
you can
problem.
find
Thank you for
Gerry.
having
By the
me.
way, we share Gerry stuff on Instagram and stuff.
Yep.
So
Jared
you
Owen
can,
Callaghan
you
or
can find
Jared
him
Owen
there.
C. Instagram.
Yep. And we are going to make a trek. Definitely going to make a trek to a race, but we should make it like a little bit of an event. We can go there and like hang out and do some stuff.
Fucking right.
You know what I mean? Maybe get Genty to come with us as the official like musical.
Keeping us
Yeah,
keeping
by the
us entertained.
fireplace.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right, we love you. Peace. Bye.